no, guys, YouTube changed their terms of service. This is it. My channel's gone. The reason why I'm not freaked out about this is because YouTube told us what they were going to do months ago, and they've been doing it. I've been feeling the effects of YouTube's last change of terms of service, right? Like, what am I going to learn different from reading through their new terms of service? They've already said what they're going to do. So the fact that they've changed their terms of service means nothing to me, right? Some of my fellow YouTubers seem to think we've reached the final frontier in censorship. And I'm going to say that that's been the case for a while, right? I'm not concerned about it because it's outside of my control. And the smartest thing I can do is focus on what I have control over, which is expanding to other platforms. So I don't ever really promote my BitChute channel because I personally don't really care for the user interface. But I do have a BitChute channel, so you guys go ahead and subscribe to that. Who knows how long this channel is going to be around? I don't. But I'm not going to freak out one way or the other because they haven't told me anything that I didn't already know. This is not new. Right? I understand some other aspects of it, like they can delete your whole Google account, but I'm just talking about from a content creator standpoint. They haven't said anything new that we didn't already know. Now, I tend to believe that, and I said this before actually, I gave you guys a rare take that not many people had even mentioned when YouTube first said they were gonna demonetize channels and all that stuff. I said the terms of service were intentionally vague because they want to be able to arbitrarily take down channels. Is it about cracking down on dissent? Sure. But I think there's something deeper. I think it's more about control of anybody who's even remotely anti-establishment. Anybody that sees themselves as financially independent, somebody that wants to be free from control, and it doesn't matter if your channel's political or if it's a how-to or a travel channel. If you are financially independent, what are the odds that you're gonna then vote for an Elizabeth Warren or somebody who wants to control every aspect of your life? More likely than not, you're gonna vote for limited government. So I think that deleting and demonetizing channels is a way for them to disrupt your financial well-being. And if your financial well-being is disrupted, you then reach a level of uncertainty. And when you're uncertain about things, you're probably going to make some irrational decisions. It's harder to think critically, right? The people that are the easiest to control are the ones that you can control with fear. And so I'm personally not afraid because I don't bet all my money on one horse. I have more than one source of income. I'm always looking at new endeavors, new ways to generate income. I'm not going to just bet on YouTube. So I'm not really freaked out about it. Now, for the people who really are concerned and think like, oh my God, my channel's going to be gone in a couple weeks because YouTube changed their terms of service. Well, if you really believe your channel's going to be gone, how are you going to make your final words on the platform count? Are you going to continue feeding into the left-right narrative? Are you going to continue to just be opposition to Democrats? Or are you going to start telling the truth like you've never told it before? Right? Be fearless in your final days on YouTube if that's what it really is. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I told you guys in the beginning, before my channel was even monetized, I said I would tell the truth for free. I don't care if I make money or not. The truth remains. And the fact that I could make money telling the truth and exposing corruption and evil is a bonus. So those are my thoughts on YouTube's change of their terms of service. I think it's deeper than just cracking down on the dissent of right-wingers and conservatives and conspiracy theorists and pro-lifers and Christians or whatever. I think it's anybody who wants to be broken free from the control structure that we're all really living in, right? You're more likely to support a socialist if you reach a nihilistic state, if you feel like you don't belong in the corporate America or working for somebody else. If you just want maximum freedom, you're a threat to the entire establishment. So that's one way for them to control you, if you saw yourself as financially independent. The other thing that they are doing is they're afraid of independent voices growing and eating into the market share of the mainstream. When I think about YouTube, YouTube kind of runs its own economy. You think about it. YouTube is essentially a market-based economy, and everybody with a channel is promoting their goods, their services, and they're competing. But YouTube has shifted away from those founding principles because of the big corporations, the establishment, the CNNs, the ABCs, CBS. That's why they promote those authoritative sources, right? Because they've kind of lobbied them, threatened them, intimidated them. So now YouTube has abandoned those principles, and now at the expense of smaller channels, the competition, the independent minds, the independent content creators that are not controlled, they are afraid of that. They're afraid of voices becoming bigger, spreading the truth, letting people know that freedom is your birthright. You don't have to submit to the control system that we're all living under. I think that that's what it is. This is truly what it is. If you really zoom out and look at the bigger picture, that's what it's about. That's what YouTube is doing. That's what corporations are doing. That's what government is doing. They don't want people living free and independent. So those are my thoughts on everything. And hey, if YouTube wants, if their long-range plan is to be Netflix, let them do it. Let them go for broke. Netflix has been in the game for a long time. They own that space. So if YouTube wants to try to do that, let them fail miserably. Because for the channels that they move and delete and mess with, I mean, another platform will spring up in its place. The market will correct itself. So that's all I had to say. Something to consider. As always, like, share, subscribe. Follow me on social media accounts, including BitChute now. I'll get a private email list here in a couple days. I can figure out how to set it up so that we can keep in touch, because there's no telling how long my channel will be here, but I'm not going to freak out either way. Catch you guys in the next video.